Welcome to Inspire, a series brought to you by Finverse, the financial universe. I'm your host, Vishal Krishna. My guest today is Mr. Ashim Kumar Jana, and he is a consummate professional. He is a chartered accountant by profession, of course, and he has trained over 20,000 CAs in the country. He's a veteran, of course. He's very knowledgeable. He's going to talk about his inspiring journey from West Bengal to Bangalore, where he started off as a science student, and now, as I said, the rest is history. He's a great chartered accountant. Sir, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Fine. First, I want to thank you for calling me for the show. And now, tell me.
Sir, when I sit in front of a man like you, I just want to grab all the knowledge. Okay, this show is for BCom students, even finance students who want to go up in life, upskill in life. It's also for science students. And you were a science student, right?
Correct.
Very early on. How did you move from being a science student, especially a statistician? You did BSc in statistics.
Correct.
How did you end up being a CA?
Now, what happens actually? In statistics, we deal with numbers. Historical numbers are there. With the numbers, we try to predict about the future. Now, what I faced in statistics, this is a subject, scope is not big, scope is not vast actually. It is only for highest level workings. But when I thought, why not to go for the mass level, then I thought, a chartered accountant, an accountant, whatever may be, they also deal with the figures. Figures means what has happened for the organization, they arrange in a particular manner and they try to predict what may happen in the future. So as there is a correlation in between these two, both of them deals with the figures or past data like that. So I thought, why not to change from statistics to become a chartered accountant?
There is an inspiring story around how you took to numbers, your childhood, going back to 1978-79. You were in a school and that's when you decided that I like numbers and I want to be a auditor of some sort.
Correct.
Talk about that. And that was in a tribal school. I want people to know this.
That was a funny story actually. In my hostel in the year 1979, what happened, the rule was once in a month there would be fish. Once in a year, just there would be meat, chicken, mutton, whatever, once in a year. Now, what happened, one day, 3 auditors came to our school. They stayed in the hostel and their meal I saw, it is inclusive of fish, egg, as well as meat. So I thought, what a profession is, what value they give to us for that purpose. Our school has arranged so many things. So why not to become a such kind of elite person? That was my starting point of dreaming, that why not to become a CA in the future. In the class 6 in the year 1979, just you can say, then I started to dream to become a chartered accountant.
That's so interesting as an answer. But then you get pushed to science. You took BSc. You didn't like it one bit.
Correct.
How did you get back to doing your chartered accounting? I want to talk about that journey. You said it was very difficult initially.
Means in our time, what happened actually, our all major decision would be taken by our parent, maximum our school teachers. So what they always believe, a good student should always go for the science only. So I was a rank holder throughout my lifetime in my school level, just you can say. So my parents thought I have to go to the science. My teacher thought I should go to the science. So they pushed me in the science and I continued that one till my BSc level. At the BSc level, I thought, no, time has come. I have to shift on my own. Then I planned actually to convert from the science to the commerce, and based on that one, I have done it.
It was not easy.
It was very...
Where did you get the inspiration?
Very painful. Not easy, not very painful. What happened? No best teacher in our city. They took me for the tuition because they told, you know nothing about commerce. What can I teach to you at the CA level? So whatever I have done, everything on my own. Whatever I have performed, everything I have done on my own only. So what I want to tell you, if you want to achieve something, if you want to do something, you have the strong willingness. You should have the dream. And when these two things you can combine, then success should knock at your door. You should not knock at the door of success. That I believe.
What an inspiring story. It doesn't stop there, sir. I mean, in your career over 30 years, you've gone on to also advise some of the top CFOs in the country. Some of them are also your students.
Correct.
I want science students watching this to know that you can also go from science to finance, and you can also be a commerce student and not complain and become better at finance. And this is what Finverse intends to solve for you. We want to make finance easy for you guys. I want your thoughts on how did the CFO thing happen, the training, all of them started off as your students? Young students?
What happened actually, I am in this profession for the last 4 years.
Okay.
So many of my students, they have reached at their highest level, and some of my friends also who are not chartered accountant, they are also very top level. So whatever may be your level, you have to face the finance. Maybe personal finance, maybe corporate finance, whatever may be. What I say, in our life, two things are inevitable. First one is your health, next one is your financial health. These two things, if you can done properly, your life of the job is done. Totally it is done. So what happens? Everybody taking care of their health, no doubt about it. After that, when they are coming to the financial health, and they always what problem they face, they ask me what we should do in the personal level as well as the corporate level, whatever may be. So basically, I like the personal level financing, and if you see the scope, it is a tremendous scope in our country. 130 crore population is there. Everybody has to face the problem of personal finance. They have to manage it. And if I think the new generation concentrate on that one, it would be an unlimited field to pursue their career. So I would suggest, I think actually everybody who has little interest about the finance, they should come in this particular field. They can do wonderful thing for their own, and they can do wonderful thing for others also. It is a win-win situation like this.
That's so articulate of you. You know, we are obviously Finverse, and the series is called Inspire. How do you think e-learning is going to change everything? You know, you cannot complain about not learning today. It's easy, and therefore Finverse will solve that faster, better for you. What do you think is the role of people like Finverse? What can we solve for students?
Correct. Now, the COVID has taught us we cannot avoid e-learning. Before COVID, mostly, e-learning concept was not acceptable. At the time of COVID, again, this theory has been changed that e-learning is a part of our life. Now, after COVID, what has happened actually, e-learning we have to accept, face-to-face learning we have to accept. Now, the new concept is blending. Blending means 100% e-learning would not work, 100% face-to-face would not work. Being a teacher, I can tell you, some things what we can explain in the e-learning, in face-to-face class we cannot explain. But something what we get from the face-to-face class, we cannot learn from the e-learning. So I would like Finverse would make a balance in between these two in a proper manner. We have to learn how to balance it. It may take some time, but if we can balance this one, then Finverse can do a wonderful job, proper blending. So e-learning with some face-to-face learning, if Finverse can do it with proper balance, I think it would be a very, very helpful to the upcoming student from the city, from the town, from the village, from the interior area, whatever may be, everybody would be benefited from this effort.
The next question is a burning question of mine for the last 20 years, making the unemployed employable, or those who have a degree employable. You also said that there's something called the employee-employer mismatch. There's enough jobs in India, but nobody knows where to look or where to be found, from both sides. How do you think we should solve it?
Now, that problem I have faced in my face-to-face class. When I teach something, I know it is not realistic. Outside the classroom, its value is zero. And what I see outside in the classroom, I don't have the scope to teach that in the classroom because it would not be asked in exam. You just got my point? So what happened? Classroom learning and outside classroom, always there is a gap. Now the new education policy has already come into play.
Yeah, the NEP has in.
If that NEP we can implement properly, I am telling the unemployment problem of India, it would be solved to a large extent because demand is there, supply is there, only there is a mismatch. That mismatch we can feel that one. Means a student would be taught not how to prepare a balance sheet because balance sheet would be prepared by the software itself. So what we should teach in the class, we should teach in the class how to read the balance sheet. Now, today, crores of informations are in our hand. At our time, there was lack of information. Now, today's problem is there is plenty of information. So, a student has to learn which information is correct, which one is not correct, which one would help me, which one would not help me. For example, just I want to tell you, one of the best company in our country, they came up with a result that PAT, profit after tax, has been grown 6 times as compared to last year same quarter. Now after that, minimum 20 analysts, they have stated this is a good result or bad result. Now some of they are saying it is good, some of they are saying it is bad. Now the challenge is, as a learner, you have to understand which report is logical, which one is illogical. One example I would tell you. Now, one expert is saying that per square feet revenue of the company has been decreased. For that purpose, this is a bad result. It is not the fact. We invest in a company, we see the performance of a company not per square feet basis. We look into the company as a whole. For example, one branch is earning 10,000. Okay? Another branch they have opened, that branch is earning only 500. So 500 if you compare with 10,000, 500 is not a good figure. But we do not invest in the company branch wise. We invest in the company for the company as a whole. One branch would give me 10,000. 2 branches would give me how much? 10,500. So what is the problem? So I would say that per square feet analysis, it is not a logical analysis. So being a learner, being a student, you have to try to understand all those things. You cannot change everything blindly. That is the big challenge for the student. Information you have to segregate. Which one is junk, which one is fruitful, which one is more logical. That is the today's challenge, I think.
Ashim sir, that analysis of that per square feet measurement is not the measure of a good company. It is so logical. And in fact, numbers and figures, when you look at them, it's like writing logically. It is like an artist. You have to understand the whole thing rather than the small parts.
Correct.
Right? You can't overwrite the major characters over the minor characters. Interesting point. But my next question to you is your journey in the financial industry as a CA. You're a partner at BCL Wealth and you advise so many other companies also. I wanted to know, how has finance evolved over the last 32 years? I want to know, has technology played a major role in impacting that profession? This is for people to believe that they think technology will replace them, but I don't think it will. Like you said, you now have to interpret rather than just, tally.
Correct. Now, first I want to talk about finance. If you are earning rupees 10 lakh per day, at the end of the month you are borrowing to run your family, that earning has no value. I am earning 10,000 rupees, but I can save 5,000 rupees. I am doing something better as compared to you. I believe that one. Now, to do that one, that means creation of wealth. There is science, there is commerce, there is art. All these things we have to learn. Now, due to the passage of the time, the learning area has been changed. Just I told you, 20 years earlier, balance sheet we have prepared on our own hand.
Yes.
Nowadays, balance sheet being prepared by the software. So we should not be expert to prepare balance sheet on our own hand. So nowadays what we have to do, we have to interpret what balance sheet tells us. And that means technology has taken a considerable part of that one, but technology cannot do everything. Technology can do repetitive work. When it involves art, then no technology can help you. So for that purpose, I am telling, technology has taken the front seat, no doubt about it, but who would drive that technology? For that purpose, new generations should learn the outcome of technology, how to interpret it, how to understand it, how to predict it, and after doing all those things, how that outcome we can summarize in a simple manner for the creation of wealth. That should be the objective of the new generation student. Maybe from science, art, commerce does not mean. I want to say, to become a expert in finance, you have to come from the commerce background? No. From the science background? No. From the arts background? No. I feel a finance can be handled better by those who has the reasonable knowledge in all the pockets. You have to learn the art, you have to learn the commerce, you have to learn the not highest level, but normal level that you have to learn, because only then you can understand the society. And when you would understand the society, then you can do something good for them. So I would tell everybody, science students, commerce students, art students, intelligent students, less in, does not matter. If you have the dream, if you like to deal with like that, you can come and you can do the wonderful thing.
There you have it. That's an inspiring session, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I would tell you one thing. If this hasn't inspired me, I don't know what will. So there you go. Inspire yourself. Unleash your creativity as a finance person, be it from science or art or anywhere. Take to Finverse, download it, check it out. Please do like, share this podcast. Let us know your questions, your deepest questions, your doubts. Send it to me. I'll get Mr. Ashim to answer it. So thank you so much for inspiring us.
Thanks.